Welcome back. We are going to talk a little bit about Ripple, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and much, much more. I know that this might be a very, very hard topic for some of you, but the Ripple lawsuit is essentially not over yet. When we first covered it on the show, a lot of people got really upset with the YouTube short that I had posted because I said the case is not 100% over yet. We went ahead and we took a look at Brad Garlinghouse's statement, and then we went and took a look at their CLO, Stewart's statement. And even though the case is like 99% over, we still do not have a statement from the SEC. And that's incredibly important to understand. That's not bearish. It's not necessarily negative. It's just still pending. I know it's going to take some critical thinking, but it's okay. You guys are going to be okay. Promise, I promise, I promise, I promise. Also, too, good morning to YouTube babes. Good morning to Twitch babes. Good morning to Tiki Taki babes. And good morning to Rumble babes. Let me know if you guys can see me on Rumble because it says it's still sending data. So we'll have to see about that. But moral of the story is critical thinking is important. Reading comprehension is important. Being able to control FOMO is immensely important. Now, why is this all important? Well, when we're talking about money, you have to be able to separate emotion from, let me think of the right way to put it. You're going to have to separate the truth from what you want. It's okay to manifest. It's okay to say, this is what I want. It's okay to have goals. But at the same time, you're going to have to detach yourself from that, from your pride, from your ego. Look at the truth, use critical thinking skills, have a bullish and a bearish plan, and be able to react based off of that, not your initial emotions. Because when you trade and invest and when money is involved with emotions, that's where things can get a little bit complex. And I want you guys to make as much money as ethically as possible. And the best way to do that is be able to fully detach your emotions, your ego, your pride from the situation, and then vibe that way. So we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about what's going on. It's not a negative thing. It's not a negative thing. Court takes time. The law takes time. That's how the United States was set up, to give everyone essentially due process. And the fact that we've gotten this far in crypto from where we were 4 years ago, where the SEC was just attacking everyone, actually just less than a year ago. That's outstanding. That is bullish long term. This is positive fundamental news long term, and you should be incredibly excited. I am. I know price isn't going up to like $1 gazillion to 589 or whatever many people expect it to be right away, but this is how the market works. The market doesn't care about you, doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about what price or how much money you want to make. The market is a little bubble where buyers and sellers meet and they decide what the outcome will be. And it's not a negative thing at all. It just is what it is. And if you're able to remove your emotions and remove your ego, your pride, all those things, and use critical thinking, you will do incredibly well. You can't take things personal either. So we're going to go ahead and get into things. Shout out to YouTube. XRP will go back to 59 cents from TikTok. No, it's not going to. Max Payne said, no, I can't do that right now. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Then you're not going to do well. And I want you to do well. I want you to do well. You got to be patient over there. Now let me take a look at the YouTube babes. Over here. Over here. My little nephew, he's so cute. He always goes, Auntie, I'm over here. And he asked me to smell his stinkers because he's a little cutie. I love that little buddy. I tried to call him this morning, but he was sleeping. My sister said she was playing possum. All right, taking a look at the, what's going on over here? Oh boy. Good morning to the channel members, to Mr. R, to Mr. D, and the rest of you that are here. Make sure you guys smash the like and push this out. We want to get more and more people to understand the reality of the situation over here. Everybody sells they shouldn't sell. Why? For what? It's bullish. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at what has transpired. What has transpired with the With the whole XRP thing and all kinds of stuff, because it's important. It is a Friday. So the key piece of information here, yes, Brad Garlinghouse said the SEC will drop its appeal. I know in the verbiage in the video he says the lawsuit is over. It's technically over, but it's not official yet. And if you read the quote tweet from Stuart Alroy, the CLO of Ripple, the guy that's doing all the legal stuff, he says, with the SEC dropping its appeal, Ripple is now in the driver's seat, and we will evaluate how to best pursue our cross appeal. Regardless, today is a day to celebrate this victory. He is 100% correct. He's 100% correct. And this comes from Miss Ellie, formerly Fox News. She's now at Crypto America. It says, where's the official SEC or statement of the SEC about Ripple? And this is from some jocks XRP, just asking a question, and they're 100% right. They are 100% right. Why are they right? Well, generally, when a case is over, you'll be able to, it's public information. You will be able to see it on the public forum from the SEC, and it's not there yet. So Ellie said, not yet, because the commission still has to formally approve the withdrawal. Once that happens, we'll likely see a similar press release to the one SEC put out about dismissing the lawsuit against Coinbase a few weeks ago. So when the Coinbase lawsuit was dismissed, they went ahead and they said it was a massive victory, but the SEC took a little bit extra time to put out the statement, which that does happen. And that's if I remember correctly. She said the commission usually deals with matters of litigation enforcement during their closed meetings. And so we'll probably address the Ripple dismissal at the end of its next closed door meeting, which is next Thursday. That is going to be, what is it? It's going to be 3/27. 3/27. I didn't see a closed meeting on the schedule for today. Also, she said, keep in mind the commission is currently made up of 2-1. In crypto's favor. It's Ueda and Hester Peirce voting, and then Caroline Crenshaw, whose vote we obviously don't know for sure, but even if she voted against, Peirce and Ueda have the majority and would override her. So the chances, and good morning to gorgeous Alexandra, Mr. John Legend, the chances of the lawsuit being dropped are like 99.9%. Binomial launched the XRP futures ETF and withdrew their lawsuit against the SEC. They would not have done that if they weren't confident that the case was over. And the reason why we're talking about this and we're bringing this up again, because we're going to see many such cases like this. Good morning to Mr. Gamer. We're going to see cases like this where we're going to hear news right away on the internet. People are going to get super, super excited and act without verifying, without confirming. And that's not a good thing. We don't want to know that. Or we don't want to do that. Doesn't make any sense. Okay. So if you want to be a really good trader and investor, or just somebody who's making passive money or whatever that may be, you need to critically think. You need to be patient. You need to practice restraint. Sometimes sit on your hands and wait. Can you lose money sometimes sitting on your hands? Yes. But you are probably going to lose a lot more money if you just react like a cuckoo person. Okay. So let's not do that. Let's not do that. Now let's go ahead and get into market overview. Because XRP is not going to zero. It's not going to zero. It's going to be fine. Things are just taking some time. Now, this is the, we'll take a look at the daily crypto bubbles. So right now on crypto bubbles, Cake is up, Barra, Helium, etc. You know, nothing too incredibly exciting, but we're mostly red in the market. Taking a look at TradingView, we're going to pull up our Bitcoin chart. And again, we generally get announcements in crypto on the weekend, so be patient. So right now we're a little bit bearish. We were able to break above 85,000, but we're breaking back down. And probably this weekend, I would imagine us to trade about $85,000, and we get some magic breakout. However, the daily looks bearish. Taking a look at the 4-hour chart, bearish as well. We're just kind of in this downward trend. So unless we're able to flip 84, down she blows. Ethereum broke back below support. We're trying really, Ethereum looks a little bit more bullish. The fact we have a swing look low to 1940 and then we're kind of trading in 1969. 4 hours showing a lot of consolidation. So Ethereum's chart looks a little bit different. So Ethereum might start consolidating between about 1929 and about 2000. We'll have to wait and see what happens over the weekend. Solana pumped all the way up to resistance, 136, and dropped. Right now, Solana does look like we might break support and retest 116. However, we still need to get confirmation there. XRP pumped 10%, yet 10, 12, 13% yesterday, and now we're back testing the trend line. So we do need to maintain above 240. However, we are looking a little bit bearish. And if we are, that's fine. That's fine. Just as long as we don't go below $2, I'm cool. Link is a little bit bearish. Good, drop so I can buy more. Whereas Aave is at 177. I want Aave to drop even more. So that's kind of where we're at the market. It's not very exciting, but there are exciting things happening. So let's go ahead and get into it. This story over here. XRP wipes 11 billion just 48 hours after the Ripple case was dismissed. Trump's re-election in the news, and now the former Securities Commission, Gary Gensler, would resign, helped XRP soar from 51 cents in January to 331 for a 549% rally. So, hold on a second. I'm still reading. Hold on a second. I'm still reading. 1 moment, please. Despite the news, XRP lost 11.4 billion in market cap within 48 hours, dropping to $2.38 by March 21st. So what does this mean? What does this mean? Good morning, David from Twitch. This basically means a lot of people are excited about the lawsuit being dropped, but people are taking profit. And again, I don't understand why you would not want to take profit when you had a 500+% pump. And again, these could be, more experienced traders. These are not these are people that are trading. These are not people that are diamond handing. These are people that were trading or investing over in this area, and they almost sold the top. So this makes sense. This is not a negative thing. This is not a bad thing. This is it is what it is thing. And it's not, and again, it's not really a bearish thing. It's just people taking profit. And again, even with IBIT and Ethereum and the rest of the ETFs, people take profit. Okay. And it's okay to be a holder. It's okay to be a dollar cost averager. It's okay to take profit and be a trader. It really kind of depends what you want to do. Also, you guys, I am going to be in Canada on March 13th for Consensus. So if you're interested in coming, I'll be there. If you want to use code WendyO25 for 25% off VIP, you can go ahead and do that. And I think regular tickets are free. Also, too, WendyO. Use code WendyO for Bitcoin 2025. Okay? It's going to be a great conference, and there's going to be a lot of people there. Also, too, we got a little roll from them. Here we go.
Something makes us want to get together. A plan, a love, a sign. The drive to create a space that's truly yours, whether as lovers or as couples that turn into families. We all.
Awesome. So if you want to go to, shout out to John Germain. He's not watching me on Memorex today. Chicken Bone Broth Gang. I drank it during my workout. So if you want to go to Bitcoin 2025, they will continue to raise ticket prices. But if you use my code WendyO, you get 10% off. So I hope to see you guys there. It'll be super, super fun. Be super, super fun. Now let's go and talk about Ethereum. ETH mega pump coming. Ether on exchanges falls to near decade low. I'm not confident in Ethereum going to $10,000. No, I'm not happening. Not bullish on it right now. Not, which is unfortunate. But again, it is what it is. So this right here is from Cointelegraph. So basically they're going to attribute a pump to Ethereum because of a low supply. But again, you can make more Ethereum. So e-supply hits exchanges at 8.97 million, lowest since November 2015. 19.4% drop in Ethereum reserves since January suggests investors are moving ETH to cold storage, signaling long-term holding and probably staking as well. Potential for a supply shock, a rally similar to Bitcoin surge in January 2025 when Bitcoin reserves hit a 7-year low. Some see a generational bottom while others fear ETH may struggle long-term. I think Ethereum is going to struggle long-term. The only thing that will necessarily save them at this point, the only thing I think that is going to save them in this point is going to be staking to the Ethereum ETFs. And this is from my buddy Andrew, from Mr. Abacus over there. Update, 2 ETF executive sources on Ethereum sentiment. Negativity is way overdone. Only a CT thing, which makes sense because dramatic over here. Dramaticus. Adjustment to include staking will be huge. Expect staking change to happen in quarter two. Quarter two is almost here. And staking yield will be significant differentiator, Ethereum versus Bitcoin for TradFi retail. And I agree 100%. Once we get essentially the dividends, things are going to get a little bit more bullish for Ethereum. So I'm excited about that. Also, too, I don't know if you saw the news yesterday. I think it was the CFTC or the SEC. They basically indicated that POW coins, proof of work, are not securities. Hold on, let me go ahead and find it. I think we forgot to put in here because I'm a cuckoo lady. Been just crazy over here. Also, too, DOT. Just in the SEC acknowledges the filing for 21 shares Polkadot ETF. So congratulations to Polkadot, to the Polkadot community. Hold on a second. Where is it? Hold on. Where is it? Yep. Bitcoin isn't a security and POW mining cryptos are not securities. This would be bullish for proof of work cryptos. So again, this was an argument way back in the day, way back in the day. People are like, okay, and that's one of the things why people thought that Ethereum was going to, that's why people thought Ethereum got special treatment because it was proof of work for a long time. And again, proof of work works, it's a lot more decentralized than proof of stake. I'm not coming for proof of stakers. I hold a lot of proof of stake coins, but it is what it is. And that's not a bad thing. But moral of the story here is that, you know, pay attention to proof of work coins too. Maybe the ones made in America, cough, cough, Litecoin. And I'm not saying proof of stake ones. I'm not saying proof of stake coins are going to be securities. But again, we have a definitive answer from the SEC. So there's that. Now, this over here, BlackRock is building on Polygon. Anytime BlackRock says anything, I would pay attention. Also, too, ICP hits revenue all-time highs as far as their revenue. Quarter one, 1.6. Oh, yeah. Basically, quarter one, 2025 so far, 5.7 million. Between 2022 and 2024, the highest they were able to hit was 4.1 million. So shout out to ICP. That's freaking awesome. And 82% of ICP's total revenue was earned in the last 3 quarters. And there's also been an increase in DEX trading volume for ICP. A recent update included AI-powered tools and UI enhancements for devs. So that's awesome. Basically, BlackRock is building on Polygon, and this is from Token Terminal over here. And Polygon said that this is the BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund, the largest tokenized fund globally. Also launched in Ethereum, Aptos, Arbitrum, Avalanche, and Optimism. Awesome. Cool. Fine. Fantastic. We love it. Now let's get into some DeFi. So real world assets crossed 10 billion in total value locked from DeFi Llama. Growth comes from increases in TVL on Ethna, USDTB, and BlackRock's Buddle, which I believe, has to do with Polygon. So the assets under management on Buddle on Polygon is 30 million. And across all assets, it's 10 billion. So I probably would be paying attention to RWA projects that are affiliated with BlackRock. That's just me though. Cough, cough, undo. Now, this is important. Tornado Cash. Another big win for DeFi is U.S. Treasury removes Tornado Cash from its OFAC sanctioned list. And I'm glad that they are. They shouldn't be. Also, in addition to that, free Samurai Wallet. And if you haven't tried already, you should probably take a look at SQUIDGROW. SQUIDGROW is a decentralized multi-chain DEX. I have a ref link down below. I don't make any money off of it because I work with the team, SQUIDGROW and SilentSwap. Save 10% off fees. I highly recommend you check it out, especially if you're doing a lot of degenerate stuff on with meme coins and all kinds of stuff, just as long as you're being ethical, okay? I have no issue with people wanting to have privacy because there's bad actors everywhere. I really, really don't. There's a lot of bad actors everywhere. A lot of people are just being goofballs, and it shouldn't be that way. It really, really shouldn't be that way. People should be able to do what they want to do with their money, but at the same time, we can't just get mad at the people that that make the code or make the protocols, just as long as they're not doing anything illegal. Unless you have actual evidence of them creating something to do things illegal, we should leave them alone. You should go after the people doing bad things. So that's just my take on that. But congratulations to Tornado Cash, to all the people that were involved in that. Was absolutely horrific. And hopefully they drop with the Samurai Wallet case too. Now, David Sachs, AI and crypto and investments, all about David Sachs meeting with UAE's Shi Tahon. This is an incredible story over here, primarily because Dubai and the UAE is incredibly bullish as far as on crypto. They do lots of cool things for crypto, and they're all about the innovation over there. They're light years ahead of the United States of America. And it's nice to see Sachs chatting with him, in my personal opinion. So what are the key takeaways from this article with David Sachs meeting with the folks over in Dubai? So they met with the chairman of MGX, and I believe MGX invested $2 billion in Binance, which is the largest single investment in crypto. $100 billion in Stargate data center projects. Partners include SoftBank, OpenAI, and they also have other investments in OpenAI, Elon Musk's XAI, and Amazon-backed Anthropic. So they went and they talked, and to me, that's a bullish, positive sign. Also, the SEC's task force will begin its first roundtable session to discuss key areas of interest and regulation of crypto assets at 1 p.m. ET. That should be happening in about 20 minutes, so I will update you guys when we know more. And over here, SEC Chair nominee Paul Atkins to face Senate panel next week. So Mark Ueda will step down and still be over at the SEC while Mr. Paul Atkins takes the lead. I will also be a consensus too. I'll also be a consensus, which will be fun. Next, Chairman French Hill announces the April hearing schedule. This is important because this does pertain to crypto. Where is it? Oh, where did it go? I don't know where it went. Where the hee-haw is. I'll read it to you. Here it is. Financial Committee. Sorry, I'm just a little cuckoo over here, you guys. It's one of those days. My hand is super swollen. So new, Chairman French Hill announces the April hearing schedule. The key highlights: American innovation and future of digital assets, aligning U.S. securities laws for the digital age. So we're going to be getting updates here. Decades of dysfunction, restoring account. Okay, that's not important. This is not important. This right here, American innovation and the future of digital assets. So again, we're going to be getting closer to regulation. Guidelines. Shout out to Neil, channel member. Shout out to Sparkwater, channel member. Timp 130. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. When Lambo, I don't know. Wouldn't want a Lambo. Even if I had enough money for a Lambo, I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it. I've got like different things that I want to get, like myself, but I wouldn't want a Lambo. It's like, I feel like it'd be too much to maintain it. But while we're talking about money, I want to talk to you. I ain't gonna scold you all. So apparently, this account based 16Z posted this, but Klarna lands buy now, pay later deal with Doordash, noticing another win ahead of IPO. The partnership was Klarna in the US just before anticipated. Okay. So Klarna is one of those companies that it's basically like layover. Like back when I was growing up, they had Kmart layover, like different layovers for different companies. No shame in that because sometimes it's really hard for parents. But we're in a society right now where there's so many people in so much freaking debt. Like the only time you should be using Klarna for something is like if you have to get your kids school clothes and you can't afford it, like necessities or like food and you can't afford it. But DoorDashing, you're lazy. DoorDash is a luxury. And yes, I'm very financially conservative. However, I understand the shape of the economy that America is in right now. So I understand that there are people that do have to take out credit card debt for food, for shelter, for energy, to buy a car, those different types of things. Okay. If you're budgeting your money and you are struggling and you have to take debt out so that you can afford to effing live, my heart goes out to you. Take out the debt. Just know what you're getting into. But like for luxuries, for luxury items, which DoorDash is a luxury. Okay. I do it now because I make a little bit more money, but 10 years ago, oh, never would I have done it. Never. I would never even pay for pizza deliveries because the extra fee, because I couldn't afford it. Or we were trying to buy a house at that time. I didn't even have a credit card up until like almost 10 years ago. It was just for emergencies. Now I have a bunch of them because I get different points and stuff and I always pay it in full and I always have the cash in hand. But again, I want to leave you guys on the note that all debt is not equal. Sometimes debt is not good. Okay. And it's insane. Like to buy like DoorDashing food, that's stupid. It really is. You're lazy. But if you have to, like, I don't know, maybe you can't use Klarna at Walmart or at Stater Brothers or like a Vons or a John's or whatever. But if you have to, like, to do the Instacart in your, like, let's say you don't have any money and you have to do the Instacart Klarna so you can feed your family. Nothing. No. I don't have anything against that. You have to feed your family, you have to feed yourself. Extra fee pizza? Yeah. No, I would never have pizza delivered because it cost money to have it delivered. This is like up until like 7 years ago. I didn't, because we were saving for other stuff. Yeah, extra fee pizza, man. Come on. And then plus you have to do a tip too, which again, I always tip no matter what. Like I was brought up, you go out, you tip. You order something, you tip. Tipping is important. But if you can't afford to tip, you don't go out. If you can't afford to order a pizza because you can't afford the fees or the tip, you don't do it. You go pick it up yourself. And that's not a bad thing. There's no shame in that at all. It's just being able to balance your money. Because at the time, buying a house was more important than the luxury crap. But anyways, I'm working on a video for you guys. It's going to come out in a little bit. Yeah, John said best way to make money is to save fees. Exactly. I am getting pizza. Well, actually, no, we're doing something else today. I'll update you guys tomorrow. Sending you guys love and light. I got to go. I'm busy. It's Friday. It's unlimited pizza and salad day. Hold on. Opinionated junkie. Hey, Wendy, happy Friday. Got burned on options by playing earnings. Nike was much high then crashed. Same with Mew. Thank you for the $5 super chat. And you shouldn't have, especially if you got burned. I'm sorry. Well, opinionated junkie, the only thing that I want to tell you is thank you for this super chat. I am in a we low. We're going to crumble today. But you know what? What I would do, I would take the weekend and just, I would take the weekend off, maybe even next week off, and come up with the plan. Come up with a plan that makes you money ethically. Sometimes just sitting on your hands is better. And again, I know people don't want to hear that. People just want to say, yeah, layaway. Layaway was fine. But the thing is that I know you guys want to hear about how to make crazy money, and my advice is not sexy advice that people like to hear, like the boys. But I mean, sometimes you just have to sit on your hands, and sometimes you just don't. You don't do stuff. Anyways, I gotta go. Sending you guys love and light. I hope you have a good weekend. I got a video coming out today. I'm going to be live streaming tomorrow morning. Me and Lo have our hair appointment. Bye, guys. Goodbye, gorgeous Alexandra. You guys have some good day.